Welcome to Back Into Fishing. I wanted to stop by here today at my community Lake Churchill and see how the freezing ice was progressing. I noticed 3-4 days ago it was starting to freeze over. I was down here a day and a half ago throwing rocks on it and they all bounced off. It's thawed out a little bit, but I just wanted to come down and check and see how it was doing. Some of the shoreline areas here on the north side of the lake aren't completely frozen over. I think they were a day or two ago. I mean, the temperature only got down to about 29 last night. It was sunny out yesterday and sunny out today, so it's probably melted back up, but I'm pretty sure it was frozen. Now here's one of my fishing areas. Now I haven't fished it too much the last couple of months. It hasn't been paying off, but I see the wind has done me a bit of a favor here. Tree over here, big old branch. It's blown off. There's a couple other branches down here. Give me some bricks or cinder blocks over the winter. I might tie some of these off and throw out in there. See if I can't turn this back into a productive bass spot. I'm liking the possibilities I'm seeing. I've gotten as far as the park area here on the north side of the lake. Now, as far as I can see from here all the way up the lake, this is all completely frozen, all the way across and all the way up, as far as I can see in both directions. I threw a rock over here into it and it just bounced right off it. It had that little ching sound to it, so it's definitely solid enough ice, probably half inch or better. I do think this is going to melt before the end of the year. Probably going to be at least enough warm weather yet for this to melt, but definitely a month from now I expect the whole lake will be frozen over. I'm over on the south side of the lake now. There are no shoreline areas that I've seen so far that are open. It's all frozen. My last video was about 5 days ago and I actually fished this spot. Completely frozen now. Down here to the cove now. This is right here where I am is solidly frozen over, but there's some spots in here that are completely wide open. I don't know. There's a lot of geese and ducks down in this section. I don't know if they're keeping it open or what. This area does not get a lot of sunshine, so I'm not really sure why it's open. Maybe it has to do with the water depth here, but mostly what I'm finding is frozen. I'm down at the bait stealing tree now. I'm going to make one more stop as long as I'm out looking before I head back to the car. But this may not look it, but this is completely frozen over here. I don't know how thick the ice is, but I got this rock here. It's about 3 ounces. And I'm going to check it up as high and as far out as I can. Let's see if it bounces or goes through. And it bounced. I don't know if you heard that or not, but I could hear it echoing under the ice. Yeah, that's pretty thick out there. It won't hold anybody, but it's getting there. This may not look frozen, but it is. Almost directly across me over there is the park area. This is as far up as this side of the lake I'm going to. As I said, look at that. It's a little like bluegill, about 2 inches swimming under the ice there. And this is ice, even though it may not look frozen. That is frozen. Get the camera just a little bit better here. I got another rock here. This one may look somewhat big. Probably only about an ounce and a quarter. But I'm going to, again, check it as far and as hard as I can and see what kind of noise it makes or if it breaks through the ice. Oh, well, that was a bad throw. I know you didn't see it, but you might have heard it. It definitely made that clank or twang sound when it hit. Did not even chip the ice. Let's see if I can find another rock. Alright, this one's roughly the same size. Let's see if I can get a better throw with that without hitting a limb somewhere. And just slides across the ice. It just seems odd to me, almost a little funny in a way. Places where you were fishing just a few days ago are now completely ice covered. Unless we have a miraculous thaw and warm up, the next trip I'm planning down here is once the really cold weather gets here in January and this completely freezes over, I'm going to come down and look for fishing spots for the spring see what else interesting little items I might be able to find. So in closing, well, first I want to throw one more rock. It bounced. Anyway, in closing, for those of you who live in this area or are familiar with this area, and you may already know where Lake Churchill is, I'm down here at the spillway, or dam, as I call it. But behind me here is Winfield Drive. And what you may not know is what's on the other side of Winfield Drive. So I'll take a minute or two, hoof it over there, and give you a look. Okay, now I'm standing almost directly across from where I was standing at the Lake Churchill overflow. This is Winfield Drive here. Now if I turn around, I'm taking the camera off the body mount so you can get a better picture. This is Little Seneca Creek, Black Hills Regional Park. This is one of the arms of the lake, the southeast part of it. If you're familiar with it, you can see the lake is currently in a drawdown. Now, I've never seen it this far down. It's probably 7 or 8 feet. There's a pathway goes all the way around, or at least most of the way around this lake, and I up to the right-hand side here. I did about a 45-minute walk up that way to see what I could see last week. I didn't necessarily find any new fishing spots over here, but it was interesting to see what it looked like at the bottom with the water down. Now, you probably can't make it out right here in front of me. The cement structures that look like a Y with something in the middle, that's the overflow from Churchill into Little Seneca. It's an interesting view. I've wanted to show this for a long time, but when the water's not down, you cannot see that overflow. Very, very interesting. To me anyway. And with that, I think that's the end of the video. So thanks once again for watching. If you're a subscriber, I thank you for that as well. If you're not, please consider subscribing and like this video. So until the next one, thanks again for watching. It's not all that cold out, but it's certainly nice to get back in the car.